Welcome, brave seekers, to a journey into the chilling unknown, where shadows hide secrets too dark to speak. Tonight we step into the misty valleys of Norway to uncover the enigma known as the Isdal Woman. It's November 1970, and a charred body lies in a remote ravine near Bergen. Burned beyond recognition, she holds clues that whisper of espionage, danger, and despair. This isn't just a mystery. It's a haunting tale of a woman who vanished into flames, leaving a riddle that still burns today. Picture the scene: a desolate valley shrouded in fog, the air thick with the scent of ash. The crackle of fire, the last sound she made. The wind carries a faint echo of her final breath. This story isn't about a ghost rattling chains or a killer in the night. It's a slow, creeping horror that seeps into your mind and lingers. For over 50 years, this woman's identity has eluded us, her death, a puzzle wrapped in smoke. The valley known as Isdalen, or Death Valley, has long been a place of whispers. Its steep slopes hiding more than just hikers lost to time. So light a candle, lock your doors, and join me as we descend into the Isdal Woman's world. If this sends a chill down your spine, hit that like button, and let's unravel the darkness together. Our story begins on November 29th, 1970, when two hikers stumbled upon a gruesome site in Isdalen, a valley near Bergen, Norway, nicknamed Death Valley for its grim history. There lay a woman's body, charred almost beyond recognition, her clothes reduced to ashes, her belongings scattered like leaves in the wind. She had been burned with such intensity that only dental records and a few scraps remained. Nearby, police found an empty bottle of sleeping pills, a burned passport, and a strange note with coded symbols. The scene suggested she set herself alight, yet the details hinted at something far more sinister. The ground around her was scorched in a perfect circle, as if the fire had a mind of its own. Investigators learned she arrived in Norway weeks earlier using multiple identities. She checked into hotels under names like Claudia Nielsen and Vera Schlossen, traveling from city to city with a nervous energy. Witnesses described her as elegant with dark hair and a foreign accent, her eyes always scanning the room. She wore wigs, changed her appearance, and carried cash in multiple currencies stuffed into hidden pockets. Her luggage revealed maps, clothing, and a notebook with encrypted writing. One chilling detail: her fingerprints had been scrubbed from her possessions, suggesting someone wanted her erased. Another suitcase held a silk scarf and a pair of gloves, both pristine yet oddly out of place. This wasn't a random death. It was a calculated vanishing. Let's walk through the evidence. The autopsy revealed she died from a combination of sleeping pills and carbon monoxide poisoning from the fire. Her body was positioned oddly, as if staged, with a scarf around her neck and her hands covering her face. The fire was intense, burning her to the bone, yet her legs remained intact, suggesting she sat still as the flames took her. Police found 2 suitcases at a train station filled with clothes shoes, a bottle of gasoline, and a small silver locket with no picture inside. The coded note contained numbers and letters arranged in patterns defying decryption. One witness saw her days before with a man in a dark coat watching her closely. Another heard her speak of fear as if fleeing something or someone. A third recalled her buying a loaf of bread, then leaving it uneaten on a park bench, a strange act that fueled the mystery. What makes this so eerie is the isolation. Isdalen is a place where few venture its steep slopes and thick fog a natural shroud. The woman's actions suggested desperation. She bought the gasoline herself, checked into a hotel, then vanished into the valley. But why? The scrubbed fingerprints, the wigs, the coded notes. They paint a picture of a life on the run, a life that ended in fire. Her silence screams louder than any witness. The valley's air feels heavy, as if it holds her last breath. Locals avoid it at night, claiming the fog moves like a living thing. So who was she, and why did she die? Theories swirl like the fog in Death Valley. One suggests she was a spy caught in the Cold War's web. The 1970s were tense with espionage rife across Europe. Her fake passports, multiple identities, and coded notes fit the profile of an agent. Some believe she was betrayed by her handlers, forced to end her life to protect a secret. The gasoline, the pills, the staged body. It could be a cover to hide a murder made to look like suicide. The man in the dark coat might have been her contact, or her killer, delivering the final order. Another theory points to a personal tragedy. Perhaps she was a woman escaping a dangerous past, a lover, a family, a debt. The man in the dark coat might have been her pursuer, driving her to the valley's edge. The scarf and covered face could be a final act of shame or fear. But the precision of the fire, the scrubbed evidence, it feels too orchestrated for a personal story. The uneaten bread might hint at a last meal abandoned in panic. This leans towards something larger, something cold and calculated. Then there's the darker speculation, a ritual or psychological break. Some whisper the valley itself is cursed, its name, Death Valley, echoing with lost souls. Could she have been drawn there by a delusion, burning herself as a final offering? The bacon found nearby, a strange detail, might hint at a ritualistic mind. Or maybe the stress of her hidden life snapped her into a fatal act. Another tale suggests the valley's fog hides an entity that lured her to her doom, her fire a desperate attempt to escape. Each theory adds a layer of dread, turning her story into a specter of the unknown. The investigation stretched across nations. Interpol was called in. Suspects ranged from a local drifter to a foreign operative. One man, a Belgian, was questioned but released. Another, a German tourist, vanished from records. The Norwegian police interviewed dozens, yet no name stuck. They found a bus ticket from her last journey, its edges singed, as if she'd held it too close to the flame. In 1971, they held a secret burial, labeling her corpse with a number, not a name. Her grave remains unmarked, a silent testament to her mystery. Over the years, DNA tests and facial reconstructions have failed to identify her. The case file grows thick with unanswered questions. One detective claimed he heard footsteps behind him in the valley. Months later, a sound that stopped as suddenly as it began. What's truly haunting is the possibility she's still out there, in memory. Hikers in Isdalen report feeling watched, hearing whispers on the wind. Some claim to see a figure in the fog, a woman with dark hair fleeing into the flames. Is it her ghost or our imagination filling the void? The valley's isolation amplifies the fear. No one knows if she was victim or mastermind. Her story lingers, a wound in history that refuses to heal. The fog seems to thicken on anniversaries of her death, as if marking her presence. Locals leave flowers at the valley's edge, not out of respect, but to appease whatever lingers there. For over 50 years, the Isdal Woman has kept her secrets. Was she a spy betrayed by her own side? A woman fleeing a nightmare? Or a soul lost to the valley's curse? The truth lies buried in those ashes, and perhaps that's where it belongs. What do you think? Drop your theories below, and let's unravel this burning mystery together. If this kept you on edge, smash that like button, subscribe for more dark tales, and share with a friend who loves a late-night scare. Tell us if you've ever felt an unseen presence in a lonely place. Until next time, stay curious, but maybe avoid lonely valleys where the past still burns.